Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope I'm talking loud enough throughout this video. And sorry I sound like a boy. Now let's get on to the story of my first boyfriend. So, my first boyfriend, let's call him Jack. We were in French class and he was talking to his best friend. Let's call him Ben. And they were talking really suspiciously, and I was sitting with my best friend. Let's call her Sophie. And me and Sophie were just talking, and Sophie's like, hey, they're looking pretty suspicious. Maybe you should go see what they're talking about. And I was like, okay, fine. So I go and I see what they're doing, and I was like, hey. And then Ben, Jack's best friend, says, what's up? And I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And then Jack immediately says, nothing. And that just makes me want to know even more. Okay, so at the time, we're going to put a pause to the French class. But at the time, I have a crush on Jack. And Sophie knows it. Okay, so let's go back now. So we just keep talking, and then finally they just keep laughing. And I was just like, okay, just tell me what it is. And then Jack stands up, and let me tell you, Jack is a small boy. Small, very small potato. Like 1 foot shorter than me. It's crazy. I don't even know how I dealt with that. But he says, look, I like you. And oh my lord, was I freaking out. My jaw literally dropped. So I'm like, oh, I like you too. And then that was basically how we confessed our feelings. By the way, Sophie, while this was happening, was like pretty much rolling on the ground out of fangirliness. Is that even a word? I don't know. And it was pretty crazy. So we kind of just dated for a while, but the way people dated in grade 4 when this was happening was you like texted on Snap and stuff, and you'd completely ignore each other's existence during the daytime when you go to school or something. You'd never hang out or anything, unless we were playing Truth or Dare with our friends who'd dare us to hug and kiss and stuff like that. We only ever hugged. There was nothing kissy between us. I was not into that. And basically that's how it went on. Our texts were like talking about, can you dance, or no, and talking about squirrels and oh my god, I love you so much and stuff like that. Really cheesy cringiness. Don't watch this if you don't like cringiness and cheesiness, because this is full of it. And so soon enough, he says one day, after talking to his friends really suspiciously and laughing, he says, hey, come here. So we sit down on the bench now in the corner of our classroom, and he says, I want to break up. And I literally was like so surprised, didn't expect it coming. I mean, actually, I sort of did. Usually he'll defend me if people are being rude, but he hadn't been doing that. And I was like, okay, all right. I didn't really think much of it, but clearly it was something. So we ended up breaking up. I ran out of the room crying. I liked him so much. I don't even know how. He was so ugly, so rude. The only thing about him was that he was pretty funny. And I went into the janitor's closet and cried with Sophie and my other best friends. Let's call them Felicia and Mina. So Felicia and Mina were crying with me. So was Sophie. We were like so sad. And at the time, Felicia was actually dating Ben, Jack's best friend. Now, After me and Jack broke up, they broke up as well, and Felicia blamed Jack for this. So she was pretty pissed off as well. And they were dating for longer than we were. And they were actually a bit more serious and weren't as cringy and cheesy and stuff. So, yeah. Now, after we broke up, he started talking about this girl named Mackenzie and how he likes her. And she's from his old school. Now, Mackenzie apparently likes dance and is really girly. So I'm pretty sure it was in math. We were doing some sort of graph or vote, like what sport is best. And he voted for dance because Mackenzie likes it. And I don't mean to sound bratty or anything. Just please don't blame me for that. And at one point he also said he did a dance class with her. And it was starting to get a little bit much. I was like, okay. And at this point, I believe that Ben and Felicia are back together, which was pretty Gucci. So Ben told Felicia that this Mackenzie girl is fake. She's not a real person, and he's just making her up. Now, this took me by surprise so much. So we went and confronted him about it, and at first he didn't admit, but then finally he said, okay, fine, she's fake. It's not real. And we were like, oh my god. And me, Felicia, Sophie, and Mina were in the bathroom screaming our heads off, like laughing. It was crazy. Now, about a year later, we're in grade 5, he confesses to another girl, my best friend, Mina. So, if you want to hear more, let me know and tell me in the comments. But chances are you didn't listen to the end, so whatever. But I hope you enjoyed how I had my first boyfriend and the tea that is going to follow after, because this is gonna get juicy. Sorry my voice sounds like a boy. Love y'all and see you next time. Bye.